I.S.U.P. I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom Israel, and when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, U.P.K Latino, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Shalom Israel, ven y pasale Pascua anual del Señor. Sábado, abril 1, 2023, en Raleigh, North Carolina. Únase a nosotros en Raleigh, North Carolina, organizado por el comandante general Yohana de la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. La 54ª Pascua Anual del Señor. Este es un evento especial que reúne a los negros, latinos e indios nativos americanos de todos los estados y del mundo para celebrar y honrar la Pascua del Señor. Se llevará a cabo en 421 South Salisbury Street en Raleigh, North Carolina, el primer y el segundo día de abril 2023. Podrás conocer la hermandad, así como pasar la experiencia de servicio que realizará el mismo comandante general Yohana. $200 por persona, 16 años en adelante. Para más información, llame a 919-697-8257. Y no se olvide de los otros eventos durante la semana. Esta es una grande oportunidad para conectarse con los hermanos y hermanas de todas las partes de la tierra. La Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal.
Oficial y sacerdote Camarada de 500, invitándolos a la Pascua del año 54, la Pascua del Señor en North Carolina, Raleigh, para que vengan los latinos, negros y indios nativos, están todos invitados, y los niños también, tráiganlos, esta es una familia. Salam.
Most on Christ, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Baraka, Thumb, Yahweh, Shemot, Thumb, Hashem, Yahshua, a los hermanos, a las hermanas, soy oficial y sacerdote de 500, I.S.U.P.K Allah, Bonaparian. All right, Shalom, Shukta, warrior.
Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Baraka.
Hey, can you see me okay?
Khan, Aron Khan.
Most on Christ. Let's get the brothers. Vamos a darle tiempo a los hermanos que están saliendo de la esclavitud. Ok. Perdonen por la confusión, ¿verdad? So what? I know you got some homework for me. No, you got some homework for me. No, so we can save it for after the class or towards the end. We're gonna breeze through this real quick. Por tradición, right? For tradition. All right. Let's have it, baby. I know you don't need the sheet. I'm just holding the sheet up for teaching purposes.
Teaching. I was about to say that. Ba ga da ha wa za ha ta ya ka la ma na sa I pa ta za kwa ra sha and tha.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Give yourself a hand. All right. Cuando yo empecé a estudiar nuestro lenguaje, el oficial sacerdote de 5,000, Hazab, me ponía la cámara ahí mismito en headquarters, on the spot. You know, you got to break out of that sluggardness, right? And stay sharp. Okay. El hebreo se lee, esta a la izquierda, pero se lee de derecha a la izquierda. ¿Me entiendes? De derecha a la izquierda. Este es hebreo antiguo, ¿verdad? Se dice Lashawan Qadash, Holy Tongue, la lengua santa. Y aquí tenemos el hebreo moderno, ¿verdad? And we call that the Assyrian Hebrew. El hebreo moderno. Durante nuestra captivadas, el estilo de escribir, nuestro lenguaje cambió con tiempo. Okay, you can write that in your notes. All right, you might see some different style type of Hebrew. All right, and that is why. Okay, during our captivity, the way that we wrote our language changed. All right, as you always know, as I always note, you know, we get down to the root. All right, a la ruta. All right, so we covered the alphabet, right? Ya cubrimos, perdón, el alfabeto. Right? La semana pasada los di los prepropósitos, right? Prepositions, right? Los prepositions. One second, warrior. Let me get the warrior in the class. Hey, Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom oficial
Shalom.
tabak. Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah.
All right. Yahbashim Yasharakatum. All right. Hey, that's a good example. I'll start there. All right, when it's a brother, cuando es un hermano, tú y él, se dice Yahbashim Yasharakathah. ¿Verdad? Cuando es dos y más, como en la pantalla somos tres, es Yahbashim Yasharakathum. Okay, so lock you. Shalom Yahshua Shim Yahshua, la hermana Dalia,
Shalom Dalia.
la esposa del oficial Maganamá en Puerto Rico. All right, and we already know when a higher ranking man, right, like say gives an order or an instruction, right? You say Khan, Salaki. You say Khan out of one, right?
So can you repeat that? You cut off there.
Yeah.
Salaki.
It's like I had a hiccup. Can you hear me now?
No, I mean you actually slowed down. Your stream slowed down and cut off.
No sweat. I see everything just fine. Just bear with me. All right, it's just the YouTube demon trying to get into the Lord's work, just like every day of the week. All right, bear with me 1 second. I do hear something. Give me 1 second.
¿Cómo está tu oficial tabak?
Dígame.
¿Cómo estás?
Oh, muy bien, gracias. Apenas llegué del esclavismo y me puse a coser un rato.
Most High Christ, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
No sweat. Don't worry about my arrows. They're out there in the next room. They're out of the way.
Bien heavy. Oficial.
Most High Christ. All right, so the Hebrew preposition sheet, right? We went over that last week also, right? The prepositions sit before a noun to show a noun's relationship to a word in the sentence. All right. I'm trying to prep you to have a conversation in Hebrew. All right. That's what we want to see. All right. That's what we want to hear. We want to get into that. Okay. Priest and officer Tabak.
Thank right, sir.
Baba Kishore. You get your Hebrew sheet. No, so let's give the priest a moment. A lot of our Akim, right? They're not as fluent in the Lashawan Qadash, right? And it all comes with zeal. You reap what you sow. You get what you put in. Understand? Salakia is it's a lot to translate into Spanish. All right, so I tend to jump sometimes. All right. So, all right.
Salakia, sir.
Khan.
Yeah, before you got cut off, you were saying something about when officer gives you an order, you said? I didn't hear the rest.
Khan, no sweat. If a man above you that outranks you, right? If he gives an instruction, right, an order, right, it's always Khan out of one Khan. You understand? That is the reply. Some Akim, they'll say Khan, sir. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, depending on the rank, you'll hear Khan, right? What I've noticed in the chat is, you know, you have a man above all of us giving instruction, right? And everyone will read it and keep silent. That is a total disrespect to that man. Give that man his just due. Admonish him, bro. Pull that up. Pull that up for me, Sawap. I'm paraphrasing it. Admonish him as a father, right? Pull that preset up, Bubba Kishore, while we're waiting on priest note to Bach to get back on. We will go over the 100 most common verbs, right? So as you know, let me know when you got it, warrior. So as you know, this is another book you need to have in your personal library, right? It's called the New Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, right? Big ups to my Hebrew teacher, preaching also 5,000, also Haza'ad. All right, he ordered me to get 2. All right. So here in the back we have the Hebrew. I'll see if you can get this on screen. Right. So you have the Strong's numbers. Right. You have the strong numbers right there. Right. And you have the Assyrian Hebrew, and it tells you what it means. All right. So I'm going to give you some Strong's concordances as well. All right. You guys can help me translate it into Spanish for the metaverse. Okay. And before doing that, Christian also Tabak, can you recite the Hebrew alphabet, Baba Kishore?
One second. Here I go. A, Ba, Ga, Za, Ha, Wa, Za, Ta, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Za, I, Pa, Za, Wa, Ra, Za.
Okay. All right. Now, by tradition, I will make. I see you, Swap. Give me 1 second. Hold your point, Baba Kishore. All right. By tradition, right, I will have you re re redo your alphabet. This is why it's very important to study every day, right? 15 minutes a day on your alphabet won't hurt nobody. All right, it will show signs of discipline and signs of zeal, right? Abba ga da ha wa za ha ta ya ka la ma na sa I pa ta za hua ra sha tha. All right. Lashawan Qadash. All right, Most High Christ, get that preaching prophet Islamic close. All right. So what you can read it when you got it.
The only thing I pulled up was 1 Timothy.
Go ahead, priest.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father.
And treat him as a what?
As a father.
As a father, man. The men above you are there because the Lord put them there. All right. So Captain Osh, right? This is a long time coming for Latin America. You have to admonish him and all the other men above you, right? As a father, we are responsible for you, Akim. All right. Have be seasoned in your speech. All right. I teach the brotherhood. All right. It's all in your notes. All right. Don't just come to class and write your notes down and then forget about it till the next day. Study them. Manifest them. Understand? Read on.
And the younger men as brethren.
And the younger men as what?
As brethren.
As brethren. Understand? Any more on that? Admonish the men above you as fathers, man. I mean, a great example is being seasoned in your speech. All right. A great example is always keeping in mind that we do things in decency and in order. All right. And that goes for the whole Latino America. That's the only place I see it at. All right. The only place. So, Wap, you got a question?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
When you gave us the ISBN number for the Strongs, it pulled off. I ran a search and it pulled off on Amazon, but it didn't give me the same one that you have. It
I
just gave
got
me
you.
like a random amount of those same books in different kind of variations.
That is correct. Some of these books have different covers. All right, so I always give the title, the author, and the ISBN number. The ISBN number is like the social security of the book. You know, that's the best way I can explain it. All right, so I'll give you that number again. All right. See here, you have this edition. Right. This edition, right, says this edition, ISBN 978 978 0785 25 056 y 2. All right, so the ISBN number is 978 0785 250 562, right? And then you have down here, it says Library of Congress, right? 1822 to 1894, right? And it has a different ISBN number, which is a hardcover also. The ISBN number for that one would be 07852 5055 7, right? El número en español es 07852 50 55 y 7, right? You got it now? That was a good question, Warrior. That also plays a part in last week when we talked about the author Koshler, the hardback and the softback, right? Look at those ISBN numbers. See if they're the same. Right? You gotta go back to when it was first published, and that's where Presenta Clase will get the original one. You understand?
I got another question about the Tanakh and the Torah because I bought one a long time ago and I still use it. I wanted to see if you think it's the wrong one I should use or what. I'm gonna bring it in a couple of seconds. I got it right near
Uh,
me.
Mo- Most High in Christ. Um, to priest note to the box. You got any questions?
You say about the ISBN number for the 13 tribes.
Oh, La'a. I was talking about this book. It will help you with your Hebrew, right? The ISBN number, that's the one I just gave for this book. The old one from the 1800s and the current one, right? Because the warrior looked it up and it had different covers, right? So a lot of books will have a different cover. It's the same book, right? But with that same formula, if you look at the author Koshler, right, you'll get what you was looking for last week, the original copy. All right. You can find them in thrift stores. You just gotta search. Right. You'll match it up and you'll see which ones was taken, which couple of them were taken out. I see it, Tabak. I mean Salakia, Sawap. I see it. All right. Now I have one of those books also. I think that one has a volume, right? That is not UPK approved. All right. Any
Okay.
book you have, and regards to your questions, you will go straight to Captain Ashaparium, right? Find out if it's approved, if it's UPK approved, right? So run it by Captain Ash as he's the head of the Sabbath service. All right. I don't have that one, right? But I
This
have
is another one,
books
sir.
of the volume. Bring it close on screen. Uh, what's the name on it?
It's Thompson Chain Reference Bible, KJV.
When you see Thompson and all that stuff, right? That's just the one that put it together, right? Now it's KJV, right?
That's correct, sir.
I have about 5 different KJVs here, right? If I open up all 5, it will match to that one. Understand?
Come. I also wanted to show you
Any
this one.
anything KJV is approved. Yes, I have a book from that volume. All right, but as far as I know, it's not UPK approved. The only way it could be UPK approved if you run it uh through Captain Osh, right? He'll tell you if it's approved.
That's
How I would do it, right? I will take out everything else that I have and I will match it. Y'all remember the issue I had with the Spanish Apocrypha and the order given and how things get lost in translation. So you had to go over and over and over and over till it's the order's done. You understand? Got to be very diligent, right? Big yourself up, right? That was due diligence right there. All right, that is zeal. You understand? That is zeal. Every warrior should have that. Every young man should have that same ambition and that same initiative. All right, keep that up. You will be a great in the school. All right, so
kind of.
we highlighted the prepositions. We did the Hebrew alphabet. Can y'all see the board?
Kind of don't count.
I know y'all see the reflection. I didn't put the light on because then it will glare up even further. All right, so the common verbs. All right, this is Strong's number 666. Right. 6605. Right? And the word is open. Right? How do you say open in Spanish? Abrir, ¿verdad?
Abrir.
Y'all can see that?
Fine.
Canaroncan.
No sweat. Okay, abrir. All right, so abrir. All right, abrir. Not sure if I spelled it right. You can write it correctly in your notes. Abrir. I write in capital letters. All right, that's what works for me. Right, so it will be in the Hebrew. It will be pa. It'll be those three characters: the pa, the tha, and the cha. Right. So your job is to find out of these 100 which ones are wrong, which ones are correct. This way I know you're studying, and when I just happen to see you and spark up a conversation in Hebrew, I know I've done my due diligence. All right. I ain't the man in Hebrew, don't get me wrong. I am not the man. All right. I'm still learning myself. All right. So we write it from right to left. Right. We have the pa. Right. We have the tha. And we have the cha. All right. Pasach. Right. Open. Pasach. Right. I'm going to try to get as many of these as possible. All right. So in the Assyrian, right? Pa, sa, pasach, abril, open. Right. Strong's number 6605. Right. And then in the Assyrian, right, you have the pa, right? The pa. You have the tha, right? And then you have the cha, right? The cha, all right? Pa sa, pa sa cha, pa sa cha, pasach, right? And the ancient and the Assyrian, it means open. Abril in the Spanish, right? Pasach in the Hebrew.
How about Shemesh Abrakatah? Brakathum.
The Most High in Christ. All right, so now back to the book, right? Back to the book. We have in the back, we have the Greek, right? We have the Greek all the way in the back. With the New Testament, we know that the New Testament was translated from the Greek. Be very careful when you cross-referencing the Greek into the Hebrew. Always get down to the root. All right, remember, write that in your notes. Get to the root. Vaya a la ruta en los estudios. Understand? Do not play games with this argument. It's okay if you make a mistake or if you say something wrong. It's okay. This is a school. How else you gonna learn? All right. They have erasers and pencils. All right. So we're gonna look up before the Greek in the book, you have the Hebrew, right? El Hebreo. So we're gonna look up that Strong's concordance number, right? And y'all should, Captain Osh, when he teaches, he brings out the Strongs, he cross references. Y'all should have some good notes. I should be coming to y'all for some notes. Understand? Don't take this for granted. You understand? You got men that truly love the Lord, doing the Lord's work to build you up so that you can shine. All right. Now here in this book, that Strong's concordance number, Salaki, I'm looking at it wrong. Let's look for it. Here it goes right here. All right. This is page 118 in the Hebrew concordance of this book, right? And it's Pathach, right? Which I was getting to that right there. I wrote it with the characters so to help you pronounce it, right? But you see these connectors, as we call them, right? Once you connect it and you write it out, you write the pronunciation out, it won't be like this no more. Right? This is you pronouncing the Hebrew characters, right? And then how do you know you say it right? Is with the connectors. So with the connector, the word would be spelled like this. Okay? And that's the reference right there. Pathak, a prim root, to open, right? Open. Abril. Pa, fa, cha. Pathak, right? Pa, thak. When you see when you start pronouncing, you see this connector here, right? It's upside down, right? Sound that out. You sound out the pa, and when you see the connector is thak, pathak, right? Pa, thak, right? You can clearly see the connector here without connecting it, right? The A is cut off with the connector. Is that self-explanatory, Akim? No sweat. All right. To open wide is what that word means, right? To loosen, begin, plow, carve, appear, break forth, draw, let go free, grave, loose, open, put off, ungird, unstopped, have vent. All right. This is you getting down to the root of it. All right. That's how you verify the ones I'm gonna give you. And these are the most common 100 verbs, common verbs, right? So what you do is, right, you take your Hebrew sheet, you study 15 minutes a day. You remember your prepositions, right? Every week we're gonna be going over the fundamentals, right? And then like how do you say to Israel? Akim? How do you say to Israel in the Hebrew?
Para Israel.
En hebreo oficial. So what?
La Yasharala.
La what?
Yashar Allah.
La Yasharala, right? So the preposition will be the la, right?
That's correct, sir.
And then the rest is Yasharala, right? That will be the noun, right? That's a sentence, right? La Yasharala. All right, Sabbath service, we go over the prayers, right? It's a lot of prepositions there, right? So it's a lot of nouns there. You understand? We got to get used to saying it. You understand? Speaking it. And it's not hard. It might appeal hard, but it's not hard at all. All right? It's already in you. You just have to let it come out. Understand? Y'all ready for the next one? All right, we're gonna erase this. All right, make sure you get that book. Y'all still see the board? Y'all still see the board, right? No sweat. All right, the next one will be number 6680. All right, Strong's, that's the Strong's number, 6680, right? And this word would be direct. Right, direct. Okay. I might spell this wrong in the Spanish, but I know how to say it. Right? And the word is directo. All right. Direct is directo in the Spanish. Understand? Now in the Hebrew, right? You have the Taza character, right? You have the Wa character, right? And then you have the Ha. Right? Taza Yaha. Right? Direct, directo, Taza Haya. Right? English, Spanish, Hebrew. Right? So now, right? Take your Hebrew sheet, your Shane, right? So this is school. Take your Hebrew sheet, right? See the Taza, right? So it would be Slovakia. I'll this weekend, Lord allowed, I'll get some new markers and a better eraser. All right, Lord willing. Right. So you have the Taza, right? And you have the Slovakia. I put the ya instead of the wa. This was my fault. Is the wa, right? Taza waha, right? So you have the wa, right? And then the ha, right? So that's how you would write it in the ancient, right? Taza waha, right? And then the Assyrian, that was my fault, Akim, Salakia. And the Assyrian, right? Take your Hebrew sheet, right? Take your Hebrew sheet. You should be practicing your alphabet, in the Assyrian and in the ancient. You get you a book here, just like this, right? And that little 15, 20 minutes a day, you write it over and over, over and over, over and over until it's in your inward parts. All right, so this is one of the ladies, a few months old. All right, this is probably my third or fourth. Right, this was my number one. This is where I started. All right, taking notes. The other one with me practicing the Hebrew alphabet. It's somewhere in this bin behind me. Right? It's locked here. All right, stay and study. Okay, so in the Assyrian, right? You have that funny crooked Y as we know it in the English, right? The Taza, right? Salaki, I'm not the best artist, all right? You have the Y. I always get it confused with the Ya, right? You have the Wa in the Assyrian, and then you have the Ha, right? Which also reminds me, right? This is a common mistake I found myself doing when I was learning the Lashawan Qadash, right? I would get the Ha and the Cha and the Tha confused. All right, this is why you want to practice daily. All right, 15, 20 minutes a day on your native language. All right, and I still make the mistake today. All right, Strong's number 6680. In English is direct, in Spanish directo, and the Hebrew is taza waha. Taza waha. All right, and that's how you write it in the ancient and in the Assyrian. We all clear, Akim?
Khan, I don't Khan.
Can y'all see this clear?
Khan, I don't Khan.
Most High in Christ. All right, so the reference, right? We're gonna go back to the book, right? And there are more words in this book that will help you with your Hebrew vocabulary, right? 6680, you look for the Strong's number, right? 6680. Right? And it's 6680 here is Hazava. Tazava, right? Don't get confused with the little dots and indications on the Assyrian, right? We know that there's no vowels in the Hebrew, so here it is, page 119, Strong's number 6680. Oh, Salakia. I want to make sure you get it. All right, 6680 right there. Salakia, let it focus real quick. think that's as best as I'm gonna get it, Akim. Select it for the small print. But that's why I encourage you to buy this book. If I had my laptop, it'd be different. It'll be more crisp. But I'm streaming off my phone. All right. So we're just gonna run it down for the rest of the class, and unless you guys got any more questions. No sweat. All right. So Strong's number. Strong's number 6908. Right, and that would be gather. Right, like gather yourselves together. Right, gather. Right, who can give me this word in the Spanish? Gather.
Júntense, juntar.
That's damn right. Juntar. That's right. Juntar. Now, how do you spell it?
Juntar.
Juntar. Juntar. Right? So, Juntar. Juntar. Right? Juntar, gather in the Spanish is juntar, Juntar. Right? Juntar. Right? And in the Hebrew, right, we have the qua, right? We have the ba. Right? We have the ba character, right? And then we have the tazah. The tazah character, right? So in the ancient, it'll be qua, right? Ba, tazah. Qua ba tazah, right? Juntar, gather. Qua ba tazah. Qua ba tazah. That's how you say gather in the Hebrew. Qua ba tazah means gather, and in Spanish is juntar, right? And that is Strong's number 6908. I'm gonna write it for you in the Assyrian. Right? Let me know if you can hear me. Got my arrows and then only the word and the next Most High Christ. All right, so we have the qua, right? The qua. Qua. We have the ba, right? And then we have the tazah. Right? We have the tazah. And we all have different styles of writing. You understand? I encourage always start with the Hebrew, right? You'll hear time and time again that it's looks like graffiti, right? I was raised in the Bronx and through the whole tri-state, so graffiti's like second nature to me. So most of us, right? So back to our book, Strong's number 6908. Right? Most of us got apps on the phone. Most of us walk around with laptops. All this is part of your arsenal. Right. Last week I mentioned to go look at ask your camp leader for the clip of Priest and General Muhammad when he cut that Amalekite at camp. He recited Hebrew and that Amalekite, right? That fake Jew, right? No, that devil, he ain't know his left from his right. So it's very important that you study your language. All right. The first thing they'll tell you to discourage you is that that's not Hebrew, right? Hebrew doesn't have no vowels. So when you look it up here, it's going to have the vowels. But we know the alphabet. You understand? Hebrew has no vowels. All right. 6908 in the Hebrew. Any questions thus far?
Ah,
Oh, sure. Also, Sawab, now that I think of it, there's also online Tanakhs. You can get that for free.
like you mean like BLB?
You can get the Tabak. Do you have your Tanakh with you?
Not well. Yeah, the small one.
The same Tanakh that Priest and Officer Tabak Gans brought out last Hebrew class last week. You can get that online for free. All right, I started out with that one off my iPad. All right, so 6908, right? 6908 here is Kwabat. All right, means to gather. All right, so even though if you might get confused with the word, right here in the English is Kwabats, right? Kwabats, right? You look at the Assyrian, and it's spelled the same way in the Assyrian, right? But it's pronounced wrong in the English by them devils. See, that's what's good about studying, right? We correct books here. We have corrected renowned scholars. You understand? When the truth is told, a lie can't live. Right? So something so simple as that, right? If you study, you'd have picked that up. You'd have raised your hand, or you would have brought it out when you were teaching. All right. Don't short change yourself or your brothers. All right. All the Akwathium also the sisters. All right. Don't shortchange your people. Understand? Study to show thyself approved, man. All right? I am not ashamed to be up here right now. All right. So we have the right strong number. We have the right Assyrian, right? But the word is spelt wrong. You understand? You could tell the damn devil did that. Quabats. Quabats. There's no quabats. All right. So that means that I wrote this wrong. Then if that's correct, right? So it should be right. Quabats. All right. Quabats. You understand? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I said it wrong. All right. Quabats. Quabats. Now it's starting to look like the book. Quabats. Juntal. Gather. You get it? No sweat. If we don't get to finish all of them, then we'll pick it up the following week. Let's keep going. This is our strong number. $69.12. Right? $69.12. 69.12 in the English would be buried. Right? How do you say bury in the Spanish? So what?
Enterrado.
Enterrado, right? Spell that for me. Enterrado.
E-N-T.
Hold on. And you said enterrado. It's enterrar.
Oh, did you say bury or buried?
Bury on the board. B-U-R-Y.
Bury.
Bury.
Enterrar would
Like,
be correct then.
right. Like one West till they bury me. Right? Enterrar.
Okay.
Spell it for me.
E-N-T-E-R.
All right, hold on.
R-A-R.
Hold on. E-N-T.
E-R-R.
Double R.
A-R.
A-R. Enterrar. E-N-T-E-R-R-A-R. Enterrar. Enterrar, which means bury. Right? And that's Strong's number 6912. Right? So we have the ba. Get another mark. You have the ba character. Right? So like the qua. Right? You have the qua character. Right? You have the ba. And then you have the ra. Qua ba ra. Right? Enterrar, bury. Right? And how do you write that? Right? You write it like this in the ancient. Qua ba ra. Like, qua ba ra, right? Qua ba ra. So in the in the Assyrian, qua ba ra, right? Qua bar, right? Qua bar. Enterrar Right? Strong's number is 6912. And the English will give you bury, right? Bury. And the Spanish is enterrar. And you sound it out in the Hebrew, qua ba ra. Qua ba ra. Right? Quabar. 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 And you can cross-reference it with the Strong's Concordance. All right? You got it, Akim? Most High in Christ. Any questions thus far? No sweat. Salaki. Bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. All right, so just the WAP, Super Sawap. You have the meaning of that name. Okay, now do you remember what your question was last week? Okay. Now listen to me very carefully, right? How do you spell the name? No, spell it out in the English.
THA.
Right?
HA.
Right?
WAM. GA.
GA.
BAR.
All right. And what does that spell?
Sahawamgabar.
Okay. Now, we have the Tha, right? Tha, Ha, Tha, Ha, Wam, right? Ga, Bar, right? So Gabar,
Salaka, sir.
Gabar is warrior. I got you right now. All right. Now, what does the Tha from your notes, from your Hebrew prepositions, right? From the Hebrew prepositions, what does the Tha mean? All right, for time's sake, the tha, right, is a preposition, right, and it means thou, right, or thee, right, or thee, right. The ha, what does the ha mean? All right, we look at last week's notes, right. The ha would mean the, right, the, right. See, is bomb. Go ahead, warrior.
So the correct way to say is thou, the, or the.
Say your question again.
The th and the ha in English. Would it be thou or thee?
That's thou. That is thee. The
So in
ha
this
is
context,
the.
so it's both.
That's what it could mean, depending on context. This is a preposition, right? Preposition, right? This is also a preposition. What is a preposition?
Preposition is
It sits before a noun.
yeah, before a root word.
Before a noun to show the noun's relationship to another word in the sentence, right? So the brother's name is Lashawan Qadash, right? We know that Gabar is warrior, right? Now you remember the question I asked you?
Kana don't kana.
All right, so if that's his name, what does it mean? What was the meaning of this name? I said, do you have the meaning of the name?
Correct, sir.
Okay, give me the meaning of the name, warrior.
Meaning is deep.
Meaning is what?
Deep. It's an H8415.
One more time.
Deep.
Spell it.
DEEP. It's Strong's H8415.
H.
A.
H what?
8.
H. H88.
4.
Right?
No, there's only one 8, sir.
No sweat. Started from the top. The Strong's number is what?
H8 4
Right?
1 5.
All right. So that's the Strong's concordance number, right?
Correct, sir.
No sweat. Do you have the concordance in front of you? All right. So his name would mean deep warrior.
Correct, sir.
Deep warrior. Lashawan Qadash, right?
Count, sir. And for the warrior, I have H1368.
You have what? H?
That's correct. H1368. Or 1368.
Thank you. No sweat.
Allá en the bar.
Eight, 4. Are you able to pull it up on the screen?
Which one?
H8415.
Concert.
Pull it up on the screen. All right, so I got it here, right? 8415.
Do you see it?
Right, I got it as the oppressor wrote it, of course, with the vowels, right? And it does mean deep, right? It is from 1949, right? Usually fem from 1949 in abyss as a surging mass of water, especially the deep, the main sea, or the subterranean water supply, deep place, depth. So that is correct.
You see my screen, right?
I see you.
You see me?
I got it. I pulled it.
Come on.
No sweat. All right. So yes, that is what it means. Right now, last week, right? How come you couldn't figure this out? Do you know? Between last week and this week, I'm not being condescending. It's just a general question.
Basically, I didn't know where to search at. I didn't have a Strong's number. I didn't have none of it. All I know is.
Let's say you didn't have. Let's say you didn't know nothing about the Strongs. You had the alphabet and you had the prepositions. You know that there's no vowels. So you should have just start Xing out the vowels automatic, right? And you already know when to put a connector and when not to put a connector, right?
Slovakia. What I was gonna say was that for me to put his name in the Assyrian to search for it, I would have to turn it into the vowels, and I didn't know what vowels to put or what dots to put.
I think you overthought on that one. Because you have the formula of what the prepositions are. We just read the one, right? So this whole thing right here is one word. This is one word, right? That is one word. And this is one word. Sawam.
Slovakia. So if the fa and the ha are prepositions, or is it just the fa that's a preposition?
We know the ha is a what? They're both prepositions.
Okay, so that would make the wam a root word, correct?
No, you're overthinking Sawab. The wam, right? We know the ha character to be a preposition. We know the tha to be a preposition, but this is one word. So look at the formula. All right, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it for you again. All right. Prepositions sit before a noun to show noun's relationship to another word in the sentence. All right.
So which would be the noun then?
What is a noun? Where is your
Person, place,
dictionary?
or thing?
Where is your dictionary, warrior? The definition of noun.
It's not in the Bible dictionary at all, sir.
Right. That's because you need a Merriam-Webster's dictionary. The definition of noun.
I got it, sir.
Read what you got.
Any member of a class of words that can function as the main or only elements of subjects of verbs or
Say
of
that.
objects.
Say that a little slower.
Any member of a class of words that can function as the main or only elements of subjects of verbs or of
Subject
objects of verbs or prepositions.
of what?
Or of objects of verbs or prepositions.
Of prepositions. Okay. So sahawam, right? That's how we would say it. Sahawam, right? Warrior. All right. Sahawam. Now let me ask you this. Did he personally give you this meaning? Or did you do it by yourself?
I searched out the Strongs and the other, but I didn't get the meaning for myself. No, I asked
You
for it.
asked him. You asked the
I did.
officer? Most
I
high
did,
correct.
sir.
All right. Most Akim, they have precepts to their name. A lot of them don't, right? Don't get it confused. Don't get yourself worked out. All right. That's a knock. That's a knock that you brought out earlier in the class, right? It has little hyphens and stuff like that. Block all of that out. Always go back to your Hebrew sheet, right? Sound it out, write it out, right? Keep the rules intact. You too will be a deep warrior, man. Don't over complex stuff. This is simple. You understand? This is black talk. All right. The Bible is black talk, straight nigga talk. We from the hood. You understand? We still in captivity. We still speak. We gave up the world, but we still speak hood. We still speak Guala. There is no language barrier in the school, man. You have keep it simple. Look, these are all indicators, right? These are all sign Christ. Say shalom. Yeah, shalom. All right.
Oh.
Salakia. Boy, y'all get your sister. Pick her up. Do not do that. The water. All right. So you have a Strong's number, right? Those are indicators, right? You have you know what your prepositions are, right? And your Hebrew alphabet, right? So earlier I gave you 3 words, right? Three common most common verbs, right? And one of them, when we connected it, we got rid of a letter in the pronunciation. You understand? It's right there. Understand that our language is pictorial, right? And consonant. Our language was perverted. That's why when the hecklers come, they say that's not Hebrew, right? You got other bastard sons, right? Shalom. The hell is a shalom? Right? That's not Hebrew. That is a Hebrew word. We don't say shalom. You understand? All right. You did a great job, man. Give yourself around the applause. Give yourself a hand, man. All right. Let me know if I confused you. All right. I didn't get this overnight either. I didn't get it overnight either. All right. That is a damn good job. And then last week we also went down the line. What does your name mean? Right. So now you should be able to tell me what your name means. You understand? The formula is right there. The formula is right there. All right. Bear with me. How am I looking on the time?
It is 8:28 p.m., sir.
8:28 p.m. No sweat. I'll give you a few more. Now in the chat I gave the old Hebrew sheet, right? That is early days, man. The generals and captains would have memories of that one. That was when they were young men and troopers. You understand? All right. That was a visual. Salakia, I don't have the actual original Hebrew sheet at hand right now. All right. I did manage. Big up to preaching also 500 also for Ratazar. All right. I had loaned them my book. I have to dig deep in my thoughts and see if I misplaced it or put it within my other Hebrew notes. I'll have it for you next week. Right? Can you see the precept that's on that Hebrew sheet, the alphabet sheet, Baba for sure. I'll give you an easy one at the moment. Just let me know. Let me know when you got that precept. All right, so this is Strong's number 6942. Right, 6942. It's set apart. Right? Set apart. Right? 69:42. Right? Who can tell me what set apart is in the Spanish? Or swap?
Separado.
Damn right. All right. So in the Spanish, it'll be what?
Separado.
Right? Spell it. Spell it, warrior.
Con. S-E-P-A-R-A-D-O.
That's right. Give yourself a hand. That is absolutely correct. So separado, right? Set apart, right? S-E-P-A. How do you say R again?
R.
R-A-D-O. Right? Separado, set apart, right? Well, this is an easy one, right? What's today's topic?
Lashawan Qadash.
Qadash, right? Qadash, right? Qadash, right? Qadash. Y'all should know. Y'all should know. This.
Sir, you're frozen. Sir, your screen is frozen, sir.
Separado. Los diques negro, indio, nativo, negro hispano y indios nativos son separados. Separado, right? A set apart people, a holy people, right? Unto the Lord. Qadash, right? Qadash, right? Qadash. Qadash. Separado. Set apart. Strong 69:42. Qadash. Qadash. We got it, Akim.
Con.
Most High in Christ.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, warrior.
You was choppy when you said something about a precept.
Right now, in the chat, right? I put 2 Hebrew alphabet sheets. Right, this was last week. So if you look at the chat, you look at the The first picture, that was the original Hebrew sheet. I do apologize. I don't have it offhand right now. I'm gonna have to recall where I put it. I do have a whole Hebrew folder. It's probably in there. So I do apologize for not presenting it today. I failed you on that one. All right. I do have the modern one we use today in the school. I was just trying to share some history as taught to me by Priest Nosa of 5,000 or Sahazab. Right. The precept will be on the right hand corner, and it's from Zephaniah. Do you see it?
I'm looking for it, sir.
No, sir. Let me know when you got it. All right. So I'll give you another one. Right. Priest and also of 5,000, or also Yatzazar on lawyer. Right. He has a son. Right. So his son, right. His son's name is Quam. Right. Quam Wa'al. Right. And that's strong 69, 65. All right. Bear with me, Israel. Bear with me. No sweat. So Strong's number 69, 65, right, would be rise. Right. Rise. All right. So how do you say rise in the Spanish? Rise. Go ahead. So what?
Elevar.
Elevar. Give me another word. Is there more than one word?
Levantarse.
Give yourself a hand, please. Levantar. All right. Levantar. Right. Levantar. Right. Levantar is rise. Right.
English is the rise and shine. Levántense y brillen.
They're right. What is
Ascender también.
right? But let's not get lost in translation or in context. Of what is very important. How do you say rise Israel in Hebrew?
Levántense, Israel.
Now, what language was that?
Spanish.
I said, how do you say that in the Hebrew? Earlier, I said, how do you say to Israel? Right? It's La Yasharala. Right? So we heard, you know what La Yasharala is. We
To
we
Israel.
say we recite that at the Sabbath service, right? So how do you say rise Israel? And I know you've heard it.
Is it Koam?
Quam what?
Yasharala?
That's how you say Levántate Israel in Hebrew. Quam Yasharala. Rise Israel. All right. Quam. All right. And Quam is Strong's number 69, 65. Levanta. Levantar. Rise. Right. Quam. All right. Quam. All right. So we have the Q. I mean Salaki the Qua. All right? You have the Kwa, you got the Wa, right? The Wa, and we have the Ma, right? And then when we put it together, right? Kwa, right?
If the Kwa is separate, then wouldn't it be Kwawam?
Yes, yes. Now y'all remember and the instructions Captain Ashaparium gave about the Kwa, right? Me being tongue tied, I used to pronounce this as Kwa, right? Just for me to mimic and learn it, right? But that we know that this is wrong, right? And someone very studied, right? And in the Lashawan Qadash will pick that up as they hear it, all right? Quam, right? Quawam, right? We pronounce it as Quam, right? The answer to your question would be when you cross-reference it with 6965. All right. That's what I like. I like questions. All right. Quam. Quam. All right, so I'm gonna give you 10 for homework. All right. You ready?
Ready, sir.
No sweat. The water for participating in the class, right? Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm gonna give you lock it. I'm gonna give you call out. All right, call out. I'm gonna give you come near. I'm gonna give you meet. I'll give you the Strong's number after I write these down. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3. C. A is feed. All right, 8 is feed. Number 9 is inquire. Right? Inquire. Inquire. Let me know if you can see my penmanship. All right.
Con.
And number 10 is remain. All right, remain. Okay, now I'm going to give you the concordance number. All right. We ran a 604. All right. Inquire is 75. 92. Here's 74. 62. All right. Raise is 7311. Pursue is 72. 91. Increase is 7,235. All right. C 200. Meet is 7122. All right. Come near. It's 7126. And call out is 7121. All right. So these are your Strong's concordance numbers to these words. Right. These are your Strong's concordance numbers to the words in red. All right, so for next Friday, right, I want the Hebrew and the Spanish, just like this. All right, I want you to give it your best shot, and we're gonna unlock this gift of tongues that we have. All right.
Con.
So if you don't have a concordance, you have a smartphone, right? You can get this right off the app, right on Google, right? There are many sources. All right. Don't be a new millennium. All right. Keep it simple. I like the old fashioned way. Right. If you can't get the book, no sweat. Go to your school. Right. Go to your camp leader. Right. This should be in the library. Okay. If you're fortunate to be able to purchase one, right? When you start searching, sometimes they have deals. Buy all three for the price of one. You know, check with that study guide, and this is how you cut and prove, right, that this is the home of the truth. Because we bring out facts, we get to the root. You know what I'm saying? And everything matches up. Everything is manifold. All right, so y'all can see the board.
Con.
No sweat. All right, and with that, Akim, men of Israel, Amajim. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahba Hashem
Brakathum.
Yad Matah, which means hands down. Right? We're going to get one courtesy salute to the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar, our son, by Hashem Yahushai. Yad Mata, dismiss.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohana got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shaw, U.P.K Latino, Kwarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Shalom Israel, ven y pasar la Pascua anual del Señor. Sábado, abril 1, 2023, en Raleigh, North Carolina. Únase a nosotros en Raleigh, North Carolina, organizado por el comandante general Yohana de la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. La 54ª Pascua Anual del Señor. Este es un evento especial que reúne a los negros, latinos e indios nativos americanos de todos los estados y del mundo para celebrar y honrar la Pascua del Señor. Se llevará a cabo en 421 South Salisbury Street en Raleigh, North Carolina, el primer y el segundo día de abril 2023. Podrás conocer la hermandad, así como pasar la experiencia de servicio que realizará el mismo comandante general Yohana. $200 por persona, 16 años en adelante. Para más información, llame a 919-697-8257. Y no se olvide de los otros eventos durante la semana. Esta es una grande oportunidad para conectarse con los hermanos y hermanas de todas las partes de la tierra. La Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal.
Oficial y sacerdote, camarada de 500, invitándolos a la Pascua del año 54. La Pascua del Señor en North Carolina, Raleigh, para que vengan los latinos, negros y indios nativos, están todos invitados. Y los niños también, tráiganlos. Esta es una familia. Salam.